Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do, look. Like, okay, they're down there. I'll just shoot down there. 1,000 damage. Yeah, I think I was aiming 2,000. Look, look. That was like 1.5. That was like 3 or 4,000 damage. Developers, you've broken the frigging game again. Jesus Christ. Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Got another Crossout video for us today. Now today's video, as you've probably imagined from the thumbnail and the opening clips, is about the Jupiter, which is in contention with the Comet for being the new most overpowered weapon in Crossout. The reason why it's so overpowered is very simple. After you shoot the Jupiter at a distance of 45 meters, the shots will merge essentially into a giant star ball, which is what I'm just going to call it. This star ball will float towards the enemy, damaging everything that it touches within a 12-meter radius. Now, this 12-meter radius is a big area of effect, and it will damage whatever's in it quite substantially, which leads to a situation whereby you no longer need to aim at the enemy. You just fire the ball, essentially, in the vague direction of the opponent, and the star ball's radius will do the rest. This is completely busted because this is the easiest weapon in the game to use, and it does a lot of damage. Now, say what you want about the Comet. The Comet is very overpowered, but at least with the Comet, you need to hit the enemy. You need to actually aim the gun. With the Jupiters, you don't. You just keep firing balls at people, and it's like a really long range as well. So this leads to a playstyle which is probably the worst playstyle in the game, whereby you don't attack the enemy ever. You just sit back and keep throwing star balls at them, doing a ridiculous amount of damage. Pretty much every shot is like 1,000 damage in this thing, and you're taking off probably 10 pieces of a build every time you do it. Bear in mind, there's only 80 pieces on every build, so there's like an eighth of the guy's dead. And that's all you do. You just sit back, keep throwing these things. So a team of Jupiters is going to be the most annoying thing in the entire game to fight, because you are actively encouraged to not fight the opponent. You're just playing like a passive little, I can't say that word on YouTube, but you're just playing really passively. And it's really just scummy, and it just feels awful to play, but it's completely broken because the damage and the ease of use is ridiculous. You don't even need to see the enemy. You can just fire this stuff like over hills, basically. And you'll see in the games that you just you're just sitting there, basically. You're letting your teammates do the damage, and you just keep spamming the stuff. You're not aiming, you're not trying or anything. You're just throwing stars at people, and it's just broken as hell. I do not understand how this stuff gets into the game. Crossout has a test server for this exact thing. Who thought this was a good idea? Because the big problem with this is that, like the Comet, this thing is broken as hell, but the Battle Pass just started. There's like 75 days of the Battle Pass left. And as we've seen from the Comet, they don't nerf things in the Battle Pass. So this Jupiter is probably going to stay busted for the next 3 months, maybe 4, because the Comet still hasn't got a nerf, and that was introduced into the game like 3 or 4 months ago at this point. So I'm really sick of these battle passes, man. They are destroying the game. I don't want to be dramatic, but they really are just destroying the game, because if you play PvP, and next week is going to be horrendous, it's just Comet cars and Jupiter cars absolutely dominating. These legendary Battle Pass guns are outperforming relics at a much lower power score. I don't see how that doesn't result in a hotfix. These two guns, the Comet and the Jupiter, they need to get nerfed immediately. For the sake of the game, they need to get nerfed today. Yesterday. 3 months ago, they needed to get nerfed. This is just really bad for the health of the game. If you have these guns, you feel like Seal clubbing cheese. If you don't have these guns, you're just at a huge disadvantage, and you're going to lose. It's just that simple. And next week, Uranium's Wars is going to be an absolute headache, because you have to run these guns to win. And obviously, there's uranium mistakes, so people are going to want to win, and it's just going to be absolute horrendous. But I've got some PvP games to show you guys, to show you just how stupid these weapons are, just how broken they are. We've got this exhibition build with a Satori Jackie just to up the damage as much as possible, and all we do for the entire video is stay 45 meters away from the enemy, which on a build that goes 120 is not particularly difficult. and you just keep spamming shots at them until eventually they die, and that's it. That's basically it. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy, and devs, for the love of God, nerf this gun, please. Okay, first game in the Jupiters. Now, like I said in the intro, I'm basically doing this video because I've got a lot of comments on the channel saying that these things are broken. I've even got some people saying that these things are even stronger than a Comet, which is concerning, honestly. With what I understand of the perk, all we really need to do is make sure the enemy's 45 meters away, which, you know, in a build 120 build like this, it's not difficult. And then fire a giant sunball at them, and the giant sunball does the rest. Sorry mate, I don't think anyone else can help right now. Stripped. Yeah, theoretically you don't even need to aim on this thing. Okay, that was 1,000 damage. That was another 1,000 damage. Jesus. Well, please take it away. What's going on here then? Oh, that's a lot of damage, man. Oh, okay, I think... Developers, did you break the game again? You did, didn't you? I have a feeling they did. Because yeah, we don't need to hit the guy. We just need to aim close. Oh, okay, they shot the thing, run away. Yep, okay. Like 800. Ten out of 10 on the balance in front. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I see why people are annoyed at this gun. You don't need to aim. All you need to do is just sit back and just spam things, basically. Okay. You know what? I have a feeling I'm gonna hate these guns. Because the playstyle is incredibly scummy. You're basically incentivized to never fight the enemy. You just play incredibly passive like this and spam the general vicinity, you know? That's it. You don't fight the guy. You avoid him, if anything. Okay, I was in shock, to be honest. I was just wondering what the hell was happening. Oh yeah, that seems balanced. To be honest, I kind of want the enemy to kill me. Ooh. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do, look. Like, okay, they're down there. I'll just shoot down there. 1,000 damage. Yeah, I think I was aiming 2,000. Like, okay, they're on base. I'll just shoot over this. I bet they'll damage someone. Yeah, they did. What the hell even is this thing? Nah, this is really stupid. Look, every time it's just 1,000 damage. I'm not even like picking like 700. I'm not even aiming really. MVP. No, I'm not MVP. There you go, mate. Jesus, low limit drive. Excuse me. Like, look at that. How low effort was that 1,500 damage? Oh, Jesus. Okay, dude, don't throw this now. Nah, this stuff kind of just makes me angry, to be honest. Where the hell do you go? Okay, game over we on now. Game number 4. So yeah, in case anyone is wondering why this is so overpowered, it's because the area of effect, essentially, is too high. It's just really, really too high, to the point where it's just too easy to use, as you can see. And because it's so high, you're essentially just, how do you say, encouraged not to fight. Like, there's no reason to. You look at someone for half a second, look in a general direction, shoot, and then just drive away. That's it. You don't need to fight the enemy. Which is really stupid. In a video game, to not fight the enemy. Because it's not as if it's artillery build or anything. How many tens of thousands is that going to get? Oh yeah, I earned that. That was like 3k damage, I think. Okay, let's get out of here quick. Look at that! 1.5k. Balance. Ooh, girl, yep. Make sure I'm 45 away, and then back. I hate these. I hate battle passes, man. Worst idea. Hello, mate. I mean, they can't I just stripped that guy. They can't realistically think that this is, like, acceptable. Yeah, if these things were relics, you'd be like, nah, the area effect's too high, they're too easy to use, you know? But these are legendaries. Okay, he's stripped as well. Yeah, they've broken the game again, man. Alright, last game, thank God. Yeah, these things, as you can tell, they are overpowered. And they need to be nerfed, but they won't be because they're in the battle pass, so these things are probably going to stay the exact same way for the next 4 months, judging by the comment. And I am very annoyed at it. Bro, like, look at that. Like, it's not even much the 1,000 damage, that's the problem. It's the fact that you're taking off so many pieces. Look at this, demolition times 14, demolition times 10. You're always taking big chunks out of people. Like, bear in mind, you only get like 80 parts in the build, so you shoot a guy 5 times with this thing. He's pretty screwed. Oh, hello. Look. That was like 1.5. That was like 3,000 or 4,000 damage from a half-assed shot like that. That's gonna be a 2-for-1. Yep. Okay. Like, my biggest problem with this gun is the playstyle. I don't need to fight. I don't need to push. I'm just so incredibly passive. Okay, and that is it for the OP Jupiter weapons. I'm trying to be polite, but I really don't understand why the weapons are in the game like this at the moment. They are clearly too strong, and you could give this to any semi-experienced player in Crossout for like half an hour, and they would come to the exact same conclusion. So it's just a bit silly, if I'm honest. Anyway, oh, actually, before I go in some other news, I was thinking of actually setting up like I can't remember. My missus was talking about it, but basically, there's a thing where you can send in videos and clips and whatnot. Like it's like email but different somehow. I can't remember what it calls. I'm not technical with that crap. But basically, I was thinking of doing like when they do the crossout show and they'll show highlights or anything. But I was thinking of doing a version whereby people just send in funny clips or interesting clips or like good clips or anything, and I just do a highlight video and just show them off because one of the good things about crossout is just it's so unpredictable and stuff happens in like every session. Something funny will happen or something interesting will happen. Something mad or like just you have a shot that does really well. There's always some highlights in matches to show off, and I figured that if there's a way for you guys to send in clips and then I'll just show them on the channel, then that would be pretty cool because the videos are doing pretty well at the moment, and I figured that would be just really interesting and just nice for the community because there should be something like that on YouTube, to be honest, just to emphasize how entertaining Crossout could be in your average session. But anyway, that's it. One for the future. Maybe I was just thinking about it out loud. I'd like to thank you all for watching, guys, and I will catch you for tomorrow's video.